in losers. I actually took game 1 of him. Coyors is I haven't seen him play before. Let's see. I know he's a Shulk, but that's about all I know.
And Mega Man, a very unique matchup we don't often see, and behind impressive enough pilots, I have to say, King Arc made a name for himself several seasons ago, having just casually decided to become part of the NYC community, despite being Power Ranked in one of the Caribbean islands.
I don't remember which one, but he's from the Caribbean.
Yeah, like number 1 or 2 on one of the Caribbean islands, which, as we've come to know, are very active in the Smash community. And Coyors, coming hot off the press with a win over John Numbers, showing that this is no slouch in 2 characters that we're not often pleasure to see here on the East Coast.
Yeah, certainly not Shulk. You don't see Shulk in general. Mega Man a little more common, but still not the most.
Yeah, both these characters, they have very interesting niches, and we see one of them right there. The amount of space that King Arc is able to control utilizing pellets and using those to interrupt his opponent is going to keep him a lot safer than you often see. And Coyors already showing impressive control of the Monado arts as he's constantly switching between them to try and throw off King Arc, but to also keep himself safe.
Yeah, and we saw a pellet interrupt a Shulk F smash that would have killed him a minute ago. So this first stock is still going, but as you mentioned, King Arc doing really well with those pellets, mostly to defend himself as we get a backslash from ledge.
All right, so somewhere in his heart, he's sort of like checking off things on a box that he wants to do while he's on stream.
Backslash off the list.
But if you want to see one backslash, how about that slash claw? A quick back air from King Arc is going to be taking that first stock, and he's looking to put on tons of shield pressure right out the gate.
And he's going into Smash mode. Probably a good decision here. He's not at any risk of dying to any attacks yet. And, of course, this would also disrupt some of Mega Man's combos as the invincibility frames or intangibility frames get him through the grab right there.
That was cheap.
That was wild.
That was gross. I'm not going to lie. I don't like what I saw just now. But coming back to the match at hand, King Arc doing a fine job of just maneuvering himself around Coyors' aerial offensive. But
smash forward air.
That's going to do it.
Yeah, and you got to be aware, pretty much any hit from Shulk in Smash mode will take you out at a certain percent. That up tilt becomes a really scary move. We saw that forward air go from a combo starter to a kill move. And now he's in Buster mode trying to rack up some damage, but still taking extra percent from these lemons right now. Oh, he went for the footstool setup.
Between the air shooter and the metal blade, multi-hitting for relatively alright percentage on their own right in Buster are going to be forcing players to take a lot more damage than he really had to. Either way, he's still in it.
Oh, and the down air!
With an amazing conversion, but Coyors saved his jump, and he even managed to get the Phantom, but when you miss that tech, it doesn't matter how many jumps you save. Kind of gross, but Coyors taking a nice game one.
Shrug. And Coyors with the shrug, we take those. I don't think Shulk would have lived that. He was not in jump mode, and he did not have a jump there. So
if he managed to
wow.
If he managed to use the air slash and just sort of hover in the general area the platforms come in from, maybe, but either way, missed techs take games. They save lives.
Yep.
Not King Arc's lives. He's on Smashville, though, for Game 2. He doesn't want any of those shenanigans. He just wants himself a clean field where he can put plenty of projectiles out. Seeing both of these players just sort of attempt to space each other out, having a very active footsies game as we see Coyors breaking through a little bit, but King Arc opting right away for these air shooters. He wants to put out these constant up airs so that he could just force Coyors to play the landing game. And with the kind of control that we've seen King Arc have of where Coyors needs to land, I kind of like these options.
Yeah, he's just sort of limiting the options that he has. Shulk, of course, a character who struggles, well, in a lot of situations, but to land especially is going to be fairly predictable, landing with spaced aerials on shield. However, those aerials at max range are pretty safe on shield. So, especially with a character like Mega Man, who's got okay out of shield options, but not from that long of a range, it's going to be sort of a game of like how each character can get in. Wow. And he upbeat. What?
Yo, he went for the deepest dive for no good reason.
I'm not real sure what just happened to Coyors. Definitely a misinput there, and that's unfortunate. Going to take Coyors' first stock here in Game 2.
My assumption is that he wasn't really expecting the interaction with Leaf Shield at the ledge that occurred.
Right.
As we saw, it looked like he put out multiple up B inputs once the first leaf hit, and then once there were no more leaves, he just didn't know what to do, so he just sort of lost control of his shoulder.
And the down air spike, he gets the air dodge read off that down tilt. Beautifully done by Coyors, and he brings this game right back. Very even game now. Just a little bit of an advantage for Mega Man on percent, but Shulk is a pretty wild character, very volatile. Spot dodges 2 grabs in a row.
It's working out for him. He's seeing how King Arc's approaches are becoming incredibly linear. Get himself in, go for the grab, and rack up damage as he sees fit. Although King Arc making the proper adjustments and going in with the lemons as to be expected.
Yeah, Coyors potentially looking for those vision slides there, trying to pressure him from across stage, but oh, he missed it. Coyors not able to get those yet. He's not been able to read the timing on King Arc's projectiles. And the back air is going to take it, so we're going to go to a game 3 here. This is a pretty crazy set so far. Just winners round 4.
Dude, did you see King Arc's hand?
He's got
a skull.
Yo, it's like,
Just
there's
freaked me
bones
out.
in there.
Dude, that just freaked me out.
Spooky.
I'm spooked.
You know what else is spooky? We got another sub, and it's from
Oh my
Eon in
God.
the corner. There he is.
Hey,
Thank you,
fist
Eon.
bump.
Let's go.
Thank you.
Let's go.
For the Twitch Prime.
We even got subs in the venue.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I want to see. That's what I want to hear.
I don't want to hear any excuses if you're at home with the leisure of looking at your wallet and your bank account.
Wow, he just straight up outran that Metal Blade in speed mode right there. The counter pick is FD for game 3 right here. Coyors versus King Arc.
I like this pick because, as we've seen, King Arc's doing a fantastic job of punishing the landings as Coyors attempts to mix up his recoveries, utilizing platforms and the few options he has out of ledge. However, we've seen less and less platforms as we move ourselves to just one flat base. Unfortunately, it's a flat base that Mega Man has no problem with controlling the space of.
Certainly a stage Mega Man likes. One of his best most of the time. But of course, everything is matchup dependent, and Coyors trusting that he wants FD in this specific matchup. Thinking he can get around the projectiles, which he's actually done fairly well so far, not getting too zoned out by these lemons. As we see a good string right here across stage with the nair into a forward air. And the jump just barely able to get him back, but the F smash is going to take the first stock, and Coyors is 1 stock from winner's quarters.
Now, one thing to factor in is just how well we've seen Coyors covering lateral movement. We saw him just completely control where King Arc had to go throughout a flurry of nairs and fairs while he was in speed art. And once he gets his conversions into his jump art, that's it. Coyors just does a fine job of forcing King Arc into these rough situations and follows him so well.
And I like the recovery right there. He had gone into Buster mode, tried to rack up some extra damage, but
That sweet
as he
Mega
recovers,
upper.
he gets...
Get him out of there.
Yep, we get the Mega Man Shoryuken. And this game is back even. He's going back into Buster mode, now a bit of a higher risk.
I don't agree with this art shift. The added damage so early on in the stock against a character that has no problem putting out so many hitboxes so safely. Look at this damage percentage differential already.
Yeah, he went from up by a little bit to trailing by quite a bit, but he goes for the down air and he gets the spike, and that's going to take the set from Coyors. Beautifully played right there. He gets 2 down air kills and a 3rd kill off of a down air into an edge guard. Fantastic offstage play from Coyors right there with a character who's known for it to a degree, but certainly not to that degree. Wow.
You know, I know our boy Austin. He's out there on that arms grind. He's on his own journey right now, getting the most slappy of hands. But he would be proud to see Coyors just climbing his way through winner's bracket tonight.
Absolutely. He is into winner's quarters where he's going to play Jen. And the winner of that match will take on the winner of the next match we're going to get on stream, I think, which is Helper and Sinji.